have to start looking at a way to protect my kids from what's happening. Who can I align with that's moving at the same trajectory that I'm moving? If you're good in our program, you're going to the fucking NBA.
The business of basketball is growing faster than ever. The NBA's new media rights deal is expected to be worth more than $70 billion.
I don't think the NBA could be doing any better than it is right now.
Money talks, so...
Superstar LeBron James is America's newest billionaire tonight.
He's all about business. They're educating us about the players being more business savvy.
My strongest passion is the Jordan brand. Once I understood the dynamics of that business, we were able to grow that.
Congratulations to Jay-Z. He becomes Puma's president of basketball operations.
Like being able to grow the brand, whether it's basketball, the basketball business, I think it's just going global.
The NCAA's March Madness contract was extended today for a whopping $8.5 billion.
Wiretaps, undercover agents, and informants, all leading to allegations of dirty recruiting tactics and the biggest scandal to rock the amateur sports arena in recent history.
This large-scale corruption, if you want to call it that, is a basketball issue because of the value of the commodity, i.e. the player.
What the hell's amateurism? It means nothing. There's nothing pure about anything.
In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court rules that college athletes can now get paid.
These kids are getting paid big money now.
What was being done in the shadows is now just happening in broad daylight.
There's no way to control all of this because there's so much money in it.
Grassroots AAU basketball and NBA, they are one and the same.
AAU is the escalator to the NBA. It's a corporate battleground for the next generation of NBA stars.
Everybody's trying to get in with talent as early as possible.
You making me hustle for something you owe me. You making me work for something you're supposed to give me already.
The business model is changing. To survive, you better find the right deal.
Is this the last one, man?
Yeah.
Can't believe we've been doing this shit for 10 years.
I know. It is crazy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
crazy.
How would you describe AAU basketball?
Well, it started, I mean, you go back all the way back to where AAU really had there's no governance in AAU. You know, it's a street place. I mean, it's a street game. I mean, it's really one step away from the dope game. It's the same type of deal. I mean, so you had all those kind of guys involved. I mean, you know, back in the East Coast, a lot of guys in the dope game run the basketball. Our brand, Compton Magic, we're the best AAU team in the world, undisputed.
So beyond your team's sponsorship with Adidas, what's your role with the company?
To me, I'm trying to continually prove my worth, right? My role is heightened, and I don't know if I have an exact title. They call me and two other guys that they call Black Ops at Adidas. That's what we're called. We just get out there and get shit done.
If I were to describe A-Tope, I would just give him the dawn of the West Coast basketball scene.
Well, you know, A-Tope's been in the game for like 25 years plus, and so he knows the whole terrain of AAU. It's almost like he's like the godfather.
When a college coach gets a job, you gotta call A-Tope and say, who should I hire? A-Tope's strong enough to where he can help lead guys into different directions.
He knows everybody from the AAU level, the college level, and then the NBA level, and in the agent world.
A-Tope's the ultimate brand partner. What A-Tope's value is to Adidas is he allows us, from a branding standpoint, where we're touching 4 or 5 times the amount of elite level players by having a relationship and network with one person.
He's the owner, he's a GM, and he's the director. It's like he's his own executive.
He knows everyone. Just his connections and the brand Compton Magic is pretty crazy.
Whether we're in the gym or we're in the streets, the energy follows us. They gotta respect it.
We're involved at every level of this thing, all the way from the bottom to the top. So, you know, NBA GMs know my name. That's what this shit is, bro.
So you want to make it to the NBA. Well, let's talk strategy. First, you gotta get seen. Well, more like chosen, to play in America's de facto farm system commonly known as AAU basketball. Playing on a high-profile AAU team means you are now an asset inside America's showcase for teenage stars. More than that, it means you're now plugged into the machine, a matrix of corporate levers that just might shuttle you to the promised land. But Being in the Matrix also means you are now in the crosshairs of a ferocious business model that is designed to monetize you. And how does that model work? Well, there's the shoe companies. They sponsor the big-time AAU teams who need you to justify the recruiting platform they provide. They'll funnel you to the NCAA, who's also in bed with the shoe companies. And then there's the agents. These guys want to brand and represent you, and they'll be calling with their own big ideas. And hovering over all of that is the league, the Holy Grail, the NBA. So, what's your next move?
Everyone's dream is obviously to play in the NBA. That's the normal dream for all the kids. But there's a proper process that has to happen for you to get there. And I use this sell pitch when I talk to parents all the time. I'll go in there and I'll say, hey, what are your goals? What are your dreams? Who are you going to trust to navigate you through the space? Someone who's never done it? Or a guy that's been doing it? So traditionally, when we have the mini camp, it's usually the first time that we're getting our kids together. We have tons to accomplish during those weekends.
Shot P.
We probably have 6 practices to figure out what people are trying to figure out all season long.
Good shit, Caleb!
Boom. Boom. Bam. Hello. Usually I cut people for that shit. So if you come back, you better be working your ass off, or you're gonna go right back to Palmdale. You understand? All that baby shit over.
This guy automatically goes middle, and this guy stays behind the basketball. Okay, we gotta get this stuff installed. So you guys are gonna have tools that you need in every which way, right?
Push it, push it, push it, push it. Push it! Defense, distribute. He said what? He said he's playing defense and distributing. He's playing defense? All right. Are you playing defense? I play defense every year. I don't know why everybody sounds surprised. Everybody, you playing defense. I play defense everywhere. I play defense at the park.
It's cool to have the responsibilities and being seen as the leaders of the team. So it's like a cool challenge for us.
You're trying to do whatever you can to get all the kids on the same page because they all think they're going to make it. Everyone thinks they're going to be a pro. Everyone thinks they're going to the NBA. And you're trying to figure out a way to get them to all coexist.
So we grew up in this system, and we stayed here because it's a benefit to us. AAU takes care of us and everything. So.
We have the #1 player in the country, Evan Mobley, who arguably is the #1 prospect in the world. Some people think that in whatever draft he goes into, he will be the #1 pick.
They know me #1 or whatever. A lot of them are playing me much closer. AAU, he wants me to dominate the game anytime, just try to dunk it on anybody.
I feel that we have the elite shooter in the country in Johnny Juzang.
This is the life, I chose, and this is what I want to do. I want to be a pro. I want to play basketball for a living. So there's some of those experiences that you sacrifice, and that's fine. I've accepted that.
And we also just acquired a nice little new asset, a guy by the name of Mikey Williams, 14 years old. He's not even in high school yet, but has a chance to be a generational talent.
Compton Magic is the biggest program in the country. Like, you have Tope, an outlet right there. He's connected to a lot of people, so I had to do what's best for me.
We're about to go into a window where people are going to be viewing you, where you're trying to show why they should give you some money. It's up to us to put you on the stage to show everybody what you've worked on. So no matter what your role is in this, no matter what you're doing, be ready. Because on this elite space, guys, it doesn't take much.
It's a privilege to wear Compton Magic name on your chest, and that puts the target on your back. So we finished #1 in the country last year, and everybody knows that.
We'll pluck you out and replace you. Because this is the elite business. That's what we in.
Everyone has their own individual brand. We get that. And we're trying to maximize everyone's individual brand in a team concept. Let them feel the culture, because that's the reason why we've been successful. And the culture is also going to get you what you want. So make this machine work for you. Make it really work for you.
Summertime in America means AAU basketball. For 3 months, hundreds of teams fly all over the country to play on the circuit, private leagues bankrolled by the shoe companies. The big dogs, Nike and Adidas, sponsor the EYBL and the Gauntlet. Ground zero for what many call the shoe wars. In these gyms, cameras start rolling, stars are born, and the branding begins.
Everyone in the country is trying to fuck with us. Use that to motivate you. Oh, you guys have been working your fucking ass off. This is where it happens. Draft boards happen right now. I hate to say it, I won't put pressure on you, but draft boards happen right now. College starting spots, positioning, happens now. So go out here, man, and do your thing. You guys are absolutely ready for this moment.
The Magic swing it around and knock down another three. Up top, Mobley slams it home. Williams off the bounce for two. Dalen Terry got it. Dominant all across the board. Dalen Terry off the bounce, pulls and hits. Here comes Jalen Clark. Evan Mobley with the stop. Compton getting it done once again.
At this point, we got 10 days left. Finish off this run.
Our history, one of the great teams of all time again. We're gonna do this shit again.
Terry into the lane, floats it up and in. Okongwu the jam. Mobley throws it down. Mobley one more time.
The Compton Magic's undefeated run through the Adidas Gauntlet cemented the program as a powerhouse in AAU basketball. With multiple lottery picks and future pros at nearly every position, scouts hailed them as one of the most talented teams ever assembled. But for ATOP, as always, the question was how to level up.
These are heavy, man. This one is a 15 under, and it's heavier than this one, actually. But I think this one's prettier. But I like them both.
So how is your value measured in these shoe contract negotiations?
I mean, the AAU is the street. You know, hopefully the streets will tell everybody, dictate what the market is. The streets always talk. There's going to be rumors. The difference in my street talk is this going to be real. The whole thing is we started in Compton in 1993 when we were coaching high school there. We were just helping the kids we had. I mean, we didn't intend for this thing to evolve into some big AAU program. We really didn't care. We just wanted to help kids. We were going to do it anyway. We were doing it because we loved it. So then when the shoe thing came into it, we were like, you know what? Okay, that's cool because we can keep putting millions of dollars in scholarships in the hood. So then moving forward, you know, we just had to start getting the better kids because that's kind of the way the shoe dictates and the way it works. And you have to try to keep your morals in what you do through that business aspect of it.
Do you know? That's right. Air Jordan, Air Jordan, Air Jordan. Yo, Mike, what makes you the best player in the universe? Money's gotta be the shoes. Shoes. You sure it's not the shoes?
Sure, Mark.
Money's gotta be the shoes.
Sonny is responsible for, in a lot of ways, creating this culture. Connection between the shoe companies and the athletes.
My name's Sonny Vaccaro. I'm with Nike. I need the greatest basketball shoe that's ever been made. You got a name for it? Air Jordan.
I don't know.
Seriously?
Maybe it'll grow on me.
Thanks again for your time today, Sonny.
Glad to be here.
So what was your radical business strategy?
Probably the best thing I ever come up with was we're going to have a signature shoe. And who is it going to be? And I said Michael Jordan, because that defines the industry.
You could argue that Michael Jordan is more important to Nike than Steve Jobs was to Apple. That is a unique quality of the NBA.
It's ironic. I don't think if you go back and you look at your history books, you'll find the word grassroots even existing until Sonny Vaccaro left Nike to go to Adidas, and then it was basically a war.
The system I created was beautiful.
I've touched every damn level.
I think once the money started pouring into the shoe camps and all of that, like Adidas and Nike and Reebok, they controlled those environments, those tournaments and those camps. the incentives that set the directives for the culture start to flow more towards the summer.
As the colleges had less and less say-so in this overall process, it created a vacuum. Agents, shoe companies, these people want access to these kids. AAU is able to sort of fill the void.
You know, there's a bunch of agents on one side of the court and college coach on the other side of the court, and then there's the AAU coach, and he acts like the middleman, whether it's money or control or power. It became kind of the wild, wild west.
So once you started having NBA teams, GMs and scouts start attending AAU/shoe company sponsored camps, that changed the whole game.
When it became the funnel to go to the NBA, that created a chokehold on economic self-determination for young people and their families.
The culture changed in this sense. It all became a contest of influence. Who had the most influence on this young person and his career, and who could steer him in one direction or another?
You think that it doesn't matter to these sneaker companies that 13-year-old going viral is wearing their brand of sneaker? No, that matters.
As long as kids are playing basketball and kids are buying shoes, companies like Adidas are going to want to have involvement. Grassroots basketball marketing is a huge part of what we're trying to build.
They're already a powerful salesman even before they make the league.
Life is sweet.
And so that creates tremendous incentive for some of the savviest and, let's just say, shadiest people to try to maneuver to get in on that with these kids.
Real quick. So, tell you guys to protect the legacy from last year. Now let's create our own. This shit is crazy. Hey, listen, we're right where we were last year. Right? We're right where we were. Now we just gotta fucking dog these motherfuckers out. We gotta grind them. We gotta just grind them. Guess what? The pressure you apply today, everyone's gonna crack. You can continue to apply that pressure every game, and you have no laps. Everyone will have their cracking point. No one's a better control team than them in this whole tournament. Everyone's gonna crack. Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family.
So how often does your contract with Adidas get renegotiated?
Typically that contract is 2 to 3 years. Obviously they're evaluating you. They're trying to figure out, you know, if you're gonna be with the brand for a long time, if you can continue to have talent, are you a good partner? Really with me, it's never been a serious like negotiation. Last time we had it, I just said, hey, what do you think I'm worth? And I'm a guy that's constantly promoting, so I'm not like a guy who just plays his AAU season and just chills until March. I mean, I'm doing stuff every day for the brand. I'm marketing Adidas and our brand, Count the Magic, daily. First and foremost, our mission statement is getting kids scholarships. That's what we do. But we're really trying to build a brand. Like, I don't consider us an AAU team. I'm trying to do so much more than that. So now we're trying to use all these other co-branding opportunities to do that at a higher level.
And at some point when the player becomes a rated player, then that player is an asset. And it's an asset to the summer program. It's an asset to the shoe company. And you could say that's a cynical way to look at it, but how else would you look at it?
The shoe companies, they're building these bonds with these young guys. The professionalization of basketball happens way earlier.
It's still evolving and changing to the point where shoe companies, their leadership is changing. The culture is changing. And part of that is because of technology, e-commerce, how much basketball is actually driving revenue for their overall, it's changing and we're in it.
Oh, there actually is a lot of interest in this game behind the game and how these massive sneaker companies are battling over these players and trying to get influence and how these are all very human decisions and how an individual out there, a guy turns his ankle and billions of dollars redirect somewhere else. I mean, that's pretty interesting.
Shoe, he blew completely through the shoe.
The signature shoe is the individual. That's what we're selling, ladies and gentlemen. It's the individual.
Before Adidas, in 1997, Reebok sponsored us. 2001, Adidas came in and sponsored us. So what's that, 21 years? And, you know, I would say 17 of those, we didn't have enough resources. I'll never forget, the guy at Adidas told me, like, he said, hey, you guys are doing pretty good, but, you know, I don't think it warrants a bump. So when I look at my P&L statement, and my P&L statement is negative 33,000, but I'm the best in the game, and I'm killing it. Like, what am I doing this for? Like, I'm back to the days when I was better off being not doing it at all, or not even being sponsored.
Shit doesn't add up.
Doesn't add up.
It's not the NCAA knocking on the door, but the FBI.
This extensive FBI investigation might as well be right out of a movie.
These defendants conspired to secretly funnel six-figure payments to the families of 3 high school players.
Can I ask you about the FBI investigation?
It doesn't matter. My phone's probably tapped, to be honest with you.
Why is it tapped? They just assume you're paying your guys?
When that FBI case broke, my name was on that list.
This is a criminal investigation. This is as bad as it appears to be. It's worse than it appears to be.
That rings a whole new bell in this space. We have a giant target on our back. But again, like, I'm ahead of it, because more is to come. More is to come.